Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about things I would like to see in FS25, since it has now been confirmed releasing November 12th. I will be doing some plowing in the background. Sometimes you will see the plowing and sometimes you will see pictures to depict what I am talking about. So, let's get into it. My number one thing that I would like to see in FS25, and this is something I was hoping would have been base game in FS22, is precision farming. I don't see why, at this point, precision farming can't be base game. Make it something that can be turned on and off, like you have these stones and weeds and stuff, so that the people who want to use it can, and people who don't want to use it can just turn it off. And the next thing on my list is baby animals. I don't see why we can't have baby animals in FS25 when Farm Sim Kids has baby animals. So, that's something I am really hoping for. I don't see why we can't get it. Now, this next thing is something I would like, but I'm not sure if it really would be a possibility or not. Cattle drives. This would make your cow experience a lot better, because in the winter you could have your cows like in a pen, and then in the summer you do your cattle drive out to summer pastures. I think that would be really cool, and it would make cows more immersive in the game. This next thing is something I find absolutely ridiculous, and I don't know why it's a thing. So, ever since they introduced horses into the game, we have only been able to have 16 horses in a pen. Why? As a horse fan, I would love to have way more than 16 horses in a pen. Maybe it's the naming thing, but me and my good friend Rob D. Titan Gaming were talking about this one day, and we kind of came up with the idea of have 2 horse pens. Have one with 16 horses that the horses can be named, and then have one where the horses can't be named, where you can have 200, 250, 500, whatever. So, will that happen again? I don't know, but while we're on the subject of horses, also another thing I would like is more horse breeds. Like, for example, the American Quarter Horse, or the Arabian Horse, the Mustang, the Appaloosa, and my favorite, well, one of my favorites, the Clydesdale. Having more horse breeds in the game, I think, would make it a lot more, again, immersive. And this next thing I talked about is also relating to going back to cows. Different cow breeds. Can we have a Jersey cow, Hereford cow, Shorthorn cow, and Texas Longhorn cows? Different, more breeds of animals all around not just these couple I've mentioned, would be fantastic. Now, in the trailer, they said we were going to be getting more animals, and they only showed, whatever you want to say, one of them, and that was the water buffalo. I would also like maybe goats, donkeys, ducks, maybe some deer that we can actually raise instead of just deer running around in the woods like we have in 22. And also the ability to transport chickens in a trailer, or at least if they don't do that, take away the buying at the pen fee. Because it is ridiculous that you have to pay an extra fee to buy chickens at the pen when you can't transport them without mods. And also another thing that I have thought was completely ridiculous in the game. Why do some animals not poo? Why do some animals not have manure? All animals poo in real life, so I would like to be able to get manure from all animals. And yeah, I know I'm gonna get crap on some of you guys about talking about poo, but it's just something that kind of doesn't make sense in the game. And also, they said in the 25 trailer that we will be getting something like more than 20 base game crops, and the only things that they announced were 2 different types of rice and spinach. So some other ideas I have came up with are millet, triticale, peas, alfalfa, clover, and peanuts. Alfalfa and clover, I think, would be a good addition to the game because they could include that in cow feed and sheep feed and make stuff like that to make the options we have to feed cows more immersive. Right now, you just pretty much give them TMR and you're done. Of course, without mods. Now, some of these ideas I'm coming up with are for mods like Maize Plus and Enhanced Animal that we have in 22. But I would like some of this stuff in 25 base game so that the modders that make those mods can focus on some other stuff. Maybe adding in some other additional crops and animals that we don't have yet. And now another one. My next point here is, the next thing I want to talk about is improved loan system. Right now in the game, you have to get a loan in increments of $1,000 at a time. I don't see why, because I'm not sure about Xbox, but on PlayStation, there is a keyboard that comes up that if you want to take out like a $1 million loan, you can type in $1 million, push enter, and it would give it to you. So I don't see why we can't have that. Now, they also said in the FS25 stuff that they have announced so far that we are going to be getting more production chains. And maybe this isn't everyone's cup of tea, but I have really embraced production chains. I loved in 19, I loved Global Company, and when they announced production chains in 22, and over the past 3 years, I have really embraced production chains, but when you get a bunch of production chains like I have on this map, it can be hard to find stuff sometimes because you have to scroll through this big old long list. What if they did something like right here, for example, American Fermenting Silo? I click on that and it collapses this, and then I click on it again and it expands it. So that all you see here is the name, like American Fermented Silo, and then the next thing you would see would be World Beer, Campbell's Factory, all collapsed down, and then you can just click on the one you want, and it expands it so that it looks like this. That would be awesome. That would be time-saving, and it would make life with production chains just a lot easier. Also, another thing I only have 2 more things on my list, actually. Maybe some different types of contracts. Line contracts, stone contracts, forage contracts, so that you have a little bit of a variety, well, a little bit more of a variety in contracts if you're someone like me who likes to do contracts to build up to get enough money to buy more vehicles, more land, factories. And sometimes I just start with like no land, no equipment, and I use contracts to work my way up to even buy my first tractor. I just borrow the equipment. So, more options of the different types of contracts we can do would be fantastic. And another thing, I don't know if this bugs anyone else, but it does me. Improved rain and snow. It seems like in the game right now, no matter which direction you're going, the rain and snow fall the same way. And after a while, that hurts my eyes, so very often, if it's snowing or raining, I just sleep through the night. I have it here because I wanted to show you guys what I'm talking about. Like, I just turned and the snow is still going in my face. That kind of hurts my eyes. I wish it would go different directions. I think that would make the game more immersive. But with that is going to do it. If there's anything that I didn't cover that you guys would like to see in the next game, let me know in the comments, and maybe I will make another video focusing on some of the stuff that you guys would like to see in the next game. But with that is going to be it for this one. If you enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and I will see you in the next one. As we get closer to FS25, we are going to be doing a bunch of content here on the channel, covering everything as Giants announces it. So, subscribing so that you do not miss any content over the next 4 or 5 months is imperative. It not only helps you get the info, but it also helps the channel grow. And it gets us one step closer to Giant's partner in a 12-hour live stream. Later.